Like, it's just
It's
dumping
still
them
teleporting.
outside.
It's teleporting one of them. It doesn't know which one, though.
No, and
What?
it's just
I'm with you, Steven.
Thank you.
It's duplicating.
I'm with you.
It's not teleporting anything.
Regardless of which one's prime or not, another one appears in a different spot. They don't both separate from the same. Like, they both aren't
Correct.
on stage. So there's teleportation.
It's duplicating.
I mean, what?
That's the
What?
output. It's called output.
Gen Wars. Welcome to Gen Wars, the generational podcast pitting the Gen Xers against the Millennials. I'm your host, Nick, and today we are reviewing the 2006 Nolan Ryan, totally different guy, Christopher Nolan movie. Strikeout. Christopher Nolan movie, The Prestige. And joining me, as always, is my good friends and our good friends, Cam, Katherine, and Steven. How's everybody doing today?
We're
good.
doing great.
Now that we're throwing strikeouts with Christopher Nolan, or Nolan Ryan, because my brain's off in a... I don't know.
Nolan.
I don't even watch baseball.
And what's the movie we're watching again?
And that's the magic of cinema.
Cinema. Steven, beautiful hat. I love it.
Thank you. You said we were watching The
very
Prestige,
nice.
right? That's what we're reviewing here
Yes,
today?
The Prestige, not The Illusionist or any other magic movie. Uh-oh.
I mean,
He's
What?
got
this
nothing.
Prestige?
Oh!
It's upside down, bro.
And no case. This is like comic books with no bags and boards. Just like
It's like, ugh.
See, it is
The one-
actually
Love
me.
it.
It was a clever disguise. The top hat, you could have never known it was me.
I know. It was just so good. And you were just slightly out of frame the whole time.
also the person who rails against getting rid of your media has it just flopping around with no
I
case.
can't find the box. I will get up and look.
Willy-nilly physical media.
I will look for the box. I will find
Did
the
you
box.
use that disc to watch the film?
Yes,
or did
it
you
was
watch
in
on
the
Disney Plus?
PlayStation. That's why I was like, oh, I'll just get it for the thing.
Fun fact about that disc, I think it belonged to someone else here at one point in time.
Maybe
It
it's
did.
someone that thought, I don't need physical media. I'll just throw it away.
Someone who at least had the care to throw it away to another person with the box.
I did.
Allegedly.
All right, now's
Gave
not
it
the
to
time to
somebody
look
who-
for it.
Well, now we're making a big deal about it. Now I'm
Stay on track.
All right, so today we are switching formats a little bit. We are gonna now give our scores right at the beginning, and we're gonna see how that fares, and then talk about the movie. So, does anyone want to start? Because if not, I will.
Go for it.
All right.
Do it.
Our rating system is based on 5 categories. Those 5 categories are nostalgia, production value, spirit, rewatchability, and overall thoughts. So my nostalgia is a 6 for this movie, realizing I've only seen this movie once. So that's why it's got such a low nostalgia score. Production value, 10. Spirit score is a 10. My rewatchability score is an 8. And I'll explain that when we get into that. And my overall thoughts are a 9 for an 86% for this movie. And I find that to be low. And that's, as we see, the nostalgia score really hurt that one. So who's next on the chopping block?
I'll go to get chopped.
All right.
My nostalgia. Wait, so Nick, you were 6, 10, 10, 8, 9 for clarity.
6, 10,
Yeah.
10, 8, 9. Yes.
Okay. Mine is, drum roll, nostalgia is a 7. I actually have seen this film. I do like this film. I think it's a period piece, which is interesting to say the least.
My God, he's learned something.
You might be on to,
Yes!
you might be onto something there.
By Jove, I think he's got it. Production, a 9. A spirit, an 8. Rewatchability, an 8. And an overall, an 8.
Okay.
Giving us
And
a solid
total?
80.
80.
Okay.
So B.
Interesting. All right, I'll go next. Cam, you'll bring us home.
Yeah, we'll do this.
My nostalgia is a 6. My production value is a 9. My spirit is a 9. My rewatch is a 6, and my overall is an 8, giving it a 76%.
Okay. I am shocked that I'm
You're
so high
big
here.
fanboy,
Yeah.
apparently. To
Yeah.
Nolan
Liquors
Richards
over
or
here.
whoever.
You getting kickback?
Liquors. All right, Cam, ready for the reckoning here?
Believe it or not, my nostalgia on this is a 4, only because, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think I watched this movie ever. Part of it felt a little deja vu-ish, which tells me I didn't finish it, which there was definitely a point in time when I did that. But production, 9 for me. Spirit and intent, 8. Rewatchability, 8. And overall, 8. I gave it a 74. So I am lower than
But in
the rest
ballpark.
of you. In ballpark,
Yeah.
I didn't know how combative this movie could be. Like, there's definitely some dumb parts to it, but overall, it's a pretty enjoyable film where you can kick back. It felt long at some point.
It's
like I kept
210?
waiting for the prestige to happen for like 30 minutes.
I'm trying to prestige.
I'm like, can this thing be done yet? I just want to leave, but
You're like the
you know,
man at the jail, like, it's nothing without the prestige.
I mean, technically, they showed you the prestige at the very beginning of the movie.
They sure
They
did.
did.
Birds are
They
waving.
did.
But yeah, I was coming in expecting to be the low score on this one, not the highest score on this one.
Got
Slobbering
fanboy
all over
alert.
this one. I know.
And I've only seen this movie once. Okay,
I was like really into Nolan.
No.
And Hugh
Have you
Jackman
seen The
looked so
Dark
hot.
Knight?
He was wet.
he had the bowl between his legs and he was waddling around.
Center.
Really did it for you.
But yeah, so I had realized when we said we were going to watch this movie, I'm like, yeah, I'll get to this. And I started watching it and I'm like, holy shit, I remember, like, things started to come back to my memory about the movie, but I realized I only saw this movie once and I own it. I bought a copy of it, watched it once, and that was it. Also realizing it's 2006, so next year is the 20th. So that also falls into the rewatchability. I can't give it a 10 because I haven't rewatched it in almost 20 years at this point. So I had to knock some points off of that.
And that's kind of like the duality, because the whole thing about like illusions and magicianry or whatever is like, once you know the trick, it's not as interesting. This movie to me could in a couple ways suffer or benefit from that fact. I had seen this a couple times actually, and this was maybe my third or fourth time seeing it. And I came in with the lens of there's a lot of Easter eggs if you've seen it the first time, and it's kind of poking at itself because it explained the whole plot right at the beginning with the whole bird and where's his brother and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see, like, pointed whistle at the TV.
While watching this time around, realizing that I watched this movie at its surface level. What they told me, yes, I'm observant, so I made a lot of the connections. But after we watched this, diving into supplementary material, other people's breakdowns, other people's deep dives into this, started opening my eyes to things that I hadn't paid attention to, hadn't thought of. That one of them being, why can't I think of Christian Bale's character's name? That he's
Borden?
not. Yes, they're not brothers. They're a duplicate.
They are the first clones, yes.
But that didn't cross my brain the first time around. I took that at surface level. He's a brother, they're twins or whatever. And I went, okay, and moved on with it. But again, deep diving.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
catch that.
Holy shit.
I don't think it makes sense. I did think they were brothers. I do remember the whole, he was the first one to go to Tesla. And Tesla made him the device, but then he didn't, like, I didn't see a device or see anything that he was using. And it, like, I don't necessarily know what he built him, but he clearly didn't use the gun that Tesla gave Hugh Jackman when he created his first clone, kind of a thing. It's like, you might need to kill this son of a bitch.
Right.
Someone's got to go.
Did Tesla give him the gun? I thought he just had it because he's paranoid.
I think it was just a paranoia.
Because I thought the whole buildup was that Hugh Jackman was developing resentment for not being the man on the stage, and he didn't want to be the man beneath. That's why he did end up killing the drunk doppelganger, right? Or did he just run him off? No, he just kind of like disappeared.
No, he just cut him off. He disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah. This also reminds me of Invincible with the twins, the Mulder twins.
Oh yeah,
It's the same.
Guys.
It's the same thing. Like, we don't know which one's the original, which one's the clone. Like, I like that a lot. So
that was my other. I will call it a oopsie that I didn't catch, or that I didn't put together until later. Is that every time Hugh Jackman clones himself, the clone is coming out there and he's killing himself, and the clone is the new version of him.
Or is it teleportation with an after image? You don't know that
because he said he doesn't know. You
never know. You can't know if it's a perfect duplicate. You don't know.
The only reason he definitely knows, he's a maniac. He wanted to be the one, and that's why that warehouse was full of a bunch of dudes in tanks down there.
But he also said when he cloned himself, he went, no, wait, I'm and he got shot in the face. So
you never know.
But hinting that he thinks he is also the original.
Yeah, of course, he always. This is if you watch Invincible, that's the whole thing with the Baller twins, is they never know which one's which until one of them is maimed. So Christian Bale's character does know which one is the original.
Canon.
Oh my God!
The prestige period piece that we're talking about that has some semi-real things that happened in it. Like Nikola Tesla being in Colorado Springs.
I mean, Nikola Tesla didn't invent anything of merit. Like, that was all Thomas Edison, so this whole thing's fantasy, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's not a period piece.
Fantasy period piece.
Fantasy period piece. Excellent. That won't come to bite anyone in the butt later.
Okay, so I guess here's the question.
I was almost done. So Christian Bale does in fact know he's the original because of the Fingies incident. Because when he was cloned, he had that's the whole thing. Well, I guess he doesn't know which one's the original, but they were already cloned by that point.
Yeah.
But you could have if you did another cloning and doing, you need the 3 brothers to do something.
So I guess the question lies, every time Angiers goes into the machine, zaps him, and the trapdoor goes through, that, unless he's allowing, he has to clone himself, so there would be 3 at any given time.
No, there's only ever 2.
There's only ever 2.
If he's the one, if he's the single, right? He's one. He's prime. Mm-hmm. His clone is on stage.
Maybe
falls into a tank after he is cloned.
There is teleportation. Okay. Remember the scene with all the hats?
There is teleportation.
There's duplication.
Yes, but it does teleport as well.
Sure.
So he is teleporting. The teleporting man is a factual thing because when the hats and the other cat,
Prime doesn't move from.
You don't know. You don't know if it's the Prime or the clone. You don't know that. That's the bit. That's the whole thing. You don't know.
That's the point.
So the machine was working.
I never bothered to check the calibration because the hand never moved.
These things never quite work as you expect them to, Mr. Angier.
If he's putting a clone into the machine, it's going to make another clone.
There's only ever one. Because one insta-dies
there
every time.
There can only be one.
There's only one.
So what you're making my point. When he goes in the machine, that is Prime, and he dies.
We don't know that because he could teleport. The Prime, we don't know if the Prime teleports or drops.
Yeah, it's never been confirmed.
The cat never moved. The cat never moved.
Yes,
The
it
cat
did. The
stayed
cat
there.
came from a different place with all the fucking hats in the ditch.
No. It
Yes!
It duplicated and put it out there.
Correct. And one
Yeah.
stayed in place.
The Prime.
We don't know if it's the Prime. That could be
It's
the
the
clone.
Prime. They took it out. Okay, regardless, if there's more cats, but the one that they put in the machine is the Prime. The Prime that they're using. We're just
Goes
calling
in
that
the
Prime.
machine. Right.
And it comes and it doesn't move and it walks
We
away.
don't know if it
after.
moves. Because it could be an after image.
We are physically seeing
I think
it
you're
not.
overthinking the Prestige with your low ass score here, because like that's too much. So you're saying the Prime walks into the machine,
Correct.
it gets teleported out to the backyard, and then the duplicate comes back into the machine. Like, why is there this whole teleportation thing? Because it's just duplication. Like, it's just
It's
dumping
still
them
teleporting.
outside.
It's teleporting one of them. It doesn't know which one, though.
No, and
What?
it's just
I'm with you, Steven.
Thank you.
It's
Someone-
duplicating.
I'm with you.
It's not teleporting anything.
Regardless of which one's Prime or not, another one appears in a different spot. They don't both separate from the same. Like, they both aren't on
Correct.
stage. So there's teleportation.
It's duplicating.
what-
That's the
What?
output. It's called output.
What was the name of the trick?
Nick, I want you to take away a point from Spirit. I'm changing your score.
No.
So what is
No.
the spirit of this film, Mr. 10 over here?
Oh.
Sparks fired.
we have magic, which there's two but first we gotta there's two
no
magic
magic.
movies that dropped at the same time.
Yes.
And
Illusionist came out in August.
okay, I didn't look
Yeah.
up that up. So that came out in
Okay.
August. When did this come out?
This came out in October of 2006.
Oh, so this came out second. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
I mean, they had to have been in development at the same time, unless Nolan
yeah,
could
yeah,
just
oh,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I could do this movie in
Well-
like 6 months. Like,
However, the Batman Begins, this movie was in development first. It then got put on hold for Batman Begins. So then I guess it had to come out later.
Oh.
also the Illusionists probably saw their opportunity to bait and switch.
Yeah.
Which I can't tell you anything about that movie.
I can't either. I only saw it once, so that's.
I remember liking it more personally. Sorry, Steven.
Okay. Maybe we'll have to throw that on. We'll do another magic movie at some point.
Yeah.
I'm still lower than Nick. Why am I getting? I haven't seen the Illusionist. I don't know. Why am I catching
I just know you really.
strays? And a
Because you were a
now-
fanboy.
I like this movie. I like it, but like, there's criticism points on here. Nick is the one that's just like 100%. It's all Nolan, baby, all the time. Give it.
I didn't say it's all Nolan. It's everybody. It's everything that's happening. It's all of the.
I like
small,
when Alfred and Bruce Wayne talk. That's awesome.
I mean, there is an
talk
Alfred
about
in this movie, so.
The poor woman that died first in the movie. Like,
his
why?
first
Yes.
wife.
Yeah, like can someone explain to me what's so important about some goddamn knots? Like,
So,
from an
it's-
audience perspective,
Right.
who would even know what's going on there? It doesn't matter. They're like 25 plus feet away from her, being like, the fact that she has her hands tied and she's going into the dunk tank is enough of the suspense there. I don't
think-
know like why there was such the push. I mean, other than to project this movie forward, it just so yeah,
They were
my
talking
production
about if
suffered for
that's
that. I didn't like that.
specific knot, if it was a knot she could slip out of, and if it wasn't strong enough, she could fall and break her legs on the tank.
Yeah.
So they were saying they could use a different knot, and she could
Yes.
slip out of it.
So a safer
So it was
hanging knot,
First
but
knot
a
was not
scary.
safe.
No, because it was too loose for her to slip out of, so she could fall out early and like
yeah.
invert her kneecaps, which wouldn't be ideal. I don't think that was explained well enough either, because Catherine's
Yeah,
explanation is the first time I'm hearing that.
it kind of
Really?
I missed it.
Yeah, because they were arguing because he was saying like, oh, she could fall and break her leg, so it's so important to make sure you're tying the right knot, but it has to be a knot she can slip out of. And it can't be this knot because the rope can expand in the water and she cannot pull her hands out. And she said she could do it. But they're like, don't.
Oh, yeah, because
she did it anyway.
They were trying. They were testing it.
Yeah. Because why would you test when you're performing versus just practicing?
Right.
And also, he didn't know what knot he tied because the clone did it.
You don't know? You don't know?
Yeah.
The clone thought he knew better, and he decided to go ahead.
Was the
'cause
clone in play?
He was kind of...
Oh, the clone
Yeah.
was in play already? Okay.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a little more brash and a little more
Bombastic.
Bombastic.
That's why he kept saying, I don't know, because he legitimately didn't know.
Yeah. So with how this movie is, obviously this movie, if you put it in sequential order, I think it would play very well. It would tell this tale of tit for tat of these two magicians. Like, who's the best? Who actually? Did anyone find anything about actual magicians doing this in history?
No.
Okay.
I didn't do any research. I know the whole movie was also written and laid out to the audience like a magic trick.
Yeah, there's 3 acts.
In the order of
that
a magic
too.
trick, yes.
Exactly.
3 stages, three parts, right?
Yes.
I didn't necessarily like the jumping around in the narrative as much, with starting with the prison, like handing over the book and then reading about the past and then jumping back to the present.
Well,
There was enough going on.
Well, there were 2 switcheroos in that one, right? Like, both of them provided a planted diary for one to read.
Yeah.
I thought they were
To the
both
end, it was like,
writing in the same. I thought they were both writing in the same diary. So, like, he gave him the diary, he started writing in it, and then gave the diary back with the new writing. That's what I was picking up.
I think they were 2 different diaries.
They were 2 different diaries. Okay.
They're 2 different diaries.
Hugh Jackman
Were they a
was
clone?
copying,
Or was it the Prime diary?
He was copying the diary. He was in the dining hall and he was like copying over because he was trying to.
So he's
figure
cloning
out,
it.
Figure out the cipher. Yeah.
Yes. So not only does this movie, where we have all of these pieces out of order, kind of like we have, kind of like watching Memento. If anyone's watched Memento here,
I mean, this another Nolan film. Have not
another
seen
Nolan.
it. Yeah.
I'd be
You
like
have
the
not seen
one
it?
he got noticed for.
No.
Ooh.
I have
I know,
not seen
both
it.
the millennials are suffering on this one.
I know. I need to see Memento.
I have
yeah,
seen
Got a little.
parts of Inception.
Okay.
It doesn't count. Okay.
And I have seen Batman.
Can we mute him?
I've actually
the
only
most
seen the second
straightforward.
Batman.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, like,
No, I've seen all
The
of them.
second
I've seen all
one
of them.
is...
Far
I
superior.
like The Dark Knight. Yeah, like the opening
Dark
scene
Knight,
of Dark Knight is probably one of the most perfect opening scenes to a movie. I don't know.
I don't think that's
It's
very
great.
contentious.
And it definitely had full IMAX vision going on for that whole scene too. It was perfect. It really got you in the mindset. And like that's kind of like how he sets you up. He sets you up to have your mind made love to. Like,
So that's
it
when
makes you think.
where I gave it a 10 is because I watched this the first go around and I said, wow, that was a great movie. It took me on these twists and turns, gave me the things that I wanted, and gave me a great story. And then upon rewatching it, I went, holy shit, I missed a whole lot of stuff. And started to pick it apart and went, oh wow, this movie in itself is a magic trick. It's cards shuffled inside of each other. And I'm like, wow.
Distraction. Misdirection.
Yeah, like 2...
Misdirection.
I think it's said at least twice in the movie, like, are you paying attention? And I'm like, no, clearly I was not paying attention. So, like,
Oh, help.
when you have given me a movie and I watched it surface level and it was great the first time around, and then I've watched a second time, unfortunately almost 20 years later, and it's even better and deeper and more complex, like, that's fantastic.
I really like David Bowie.
I adore David Bowie in this role.
Nolan begged David Bowie to play Tesla. He said, nobody else can play Tesla but you.
I've already begun to build it, Mr. Angier. I hope you enjoy the mountain air. This will take some time.
Has he done any other acting?
Yes.
David Bowie?
Yes.
I
David
He was in a
Bowie,
small
yes.
movie called Labyrinth. His bulge was also in that movie, if you haven't
Yes.
seen it. He's also, he was in a Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. I remember him from that in brief cameos. He's done a lot of cameos. He's never had a feature film. I don't believe.
Maybe he will
Except
one
for
day.
And this was one of the last things that he did prior
yes.
to his passing.
Yes.
David Bowie's dead?
Yeah.
Shocker. Spoiler alert. That star has fallen, unfortunately.
Why did no one tell me this happened?
R.I.P. Ziggy Stardust.
I know.
I didn't know he was dead. That was a bit before someone drags me out of
Thank
my
you, so
house.
good.
Surprise me if you didn't.
Now, and he has a knack for playing overly eccentric characters, and you know, I think he hit the mark here. I had to go look up Tesla being in Colorado Springs. I was like, is this what was happening? And he moved up into the mountains and was doing stuff, and I was like, yep.
Wow,
And
that was accurate.
apparently-
That's fun.
Yeah, like
look
that
at
part
that,
was
Nolan.
cool. And when I told one of my friends about it, we looked it up and we were like, well, where is it? And it's not there because it's gone, but there is a marker of where it used to be in Colorado Springs. So maybe next time we're down there, we'll go and check it out.
Speaking of checking out, you should check us out on all podcast platforms because Gen Wars is everywhere. We work really hard to have all of these great combative conversations about movies. So you just got to check us out. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. There's some places I've never heard of, but do you know what? We're there. Those places you haven't, like, we're just there. Any RSS feed, we're on there talking about movies and stuff. So we appreciate the like and follow, listen wherever you want because we're just there for you.
Gen Wars.
Gen Wars.
Ooh, we're
need to make
everywhere.
Need to make a little jingle for that.
Right on
Gen
schedules.
Wars.
Everywhere you're there. Gen X freestyling. What's up?
This movie was I took the least amount of notes in this movie because I was
Same.
completely
Engaged.
enthralled
Yeah.
and engaged in the movie. And I got to the end and I looked over at my notes that was like opposed to like 6 pages.
No, you're
I've been
supposed to
finding
write
myself
stuff
taking
down.
less and less notes lately. I don't know. I
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if it's, you know, as long as you're taking it in and you know,
Yeah.
enjoying it and but yeah, like I didn't have a lot of stuff that I'm like, well, I nitpicking or even just to like, this movie's so deep. Like coming into this movie, I was a little nervous because I'm like, I have seen this movie so infrequent and then also found out so much shit that I didn't realize. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Like, prepare. Jot notes down quickly.
So, okay,
Well, since
Mr.
you brought up
Notes.
nitpicking.
Yeah, go to Cam.
jump cut to Cam.
I felt like the clone to Prime thing was a little too obvious. Like they made the guy in the disguise like just out of frame and in weird spots that like he is part of the conversation, but they changed it to, you know, keep him mysterious.
Yeah.
I felt that was so much throughout the movie that by the time we got to the reveal, it was like, fucking duh, I've been watching you the whole time. I was paying attention both the times that you called it out. So I felt like if he was just normally incorporated into it or someone that was helping or made almost like an extra in it that it would have been a little bit more believable from an audience perspective, or at least for me. That wasn't much of a reveal. The reveal to me was how many of those damn Hugh Jackmans were dead under that place.
At least clear it out once in a while. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So Cam, we can ultimately decide that the budget was for water tanks for driving
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman
no
doubles.
doubt.
They were actually just drowning Hugh Jackman stunt doubles. So. That gets expensive after so long.
My God, I got my first call. I think I could be a stuntman for Hugh Jackman. Oh, that's great, honey.
Sign here.
Never to be seen again.
NDA, yeah.
You signed it. Like, I mean, you're just going in the tank. I don't know what to tell you.
You can't talk about it.
It's an NDA.
Also, riddle me this. How does a gang of blind dudes move any of that stuff? Like, they were doing it nightly. I don't even care if they had 40 years. I don't feel they could have moved one of those things together and collectively. So that part was weird.
One of the things that I watched said that magicians were doing this, like hiring blind people so they can't see what's going on. I don't know how true that is, and I don't know.
I don't think the extent of like trafficking corpses, like four men in a horse and buggy moving services. Like what was that? Also, isn't it filled with water? Wouldn't that weigh
a lot?
18 tons.
A lot.
Like, why didn't they just take the body out and just use the?
It might wake up. Who knows?
If anyone's had a small pool, like the little plastic ones that you can get at, like, well, there's no Walmart now. I was going to say Toys R Us. I was going to say Toys R Us. It was like, do you remember the place where
you Gen Xer?
So I mean, like, you ever try moving one of those that's filled with water?
No, you can't.
Yeah. So I've they got it up onto the horse and moved it. Like, the logistics on that was some real mental magic there. Also, Scarlett Johansson was kind of a knob in this movie too. The whole he sent me over here and I immediately turned on him. I'm like, well, he didn't ask you to fuck him. He asked you to go be the assistant. Like, can you just go be an assistant and bring me back the info? I'm not asking a whole lot here. Come on. If it's like the turn of events that happened in that
thrill,
was
Cam,
just
the thrill.
I don't know. Something had to have happened where he messed up and scorned her. The fact that he asked her to go in there and be a spy, I don't think is the biggest thing. But maybe it was.
I think that was it. Like, she liked being with him and doing his stuff, and he was like, go. I need you to do this for me, and not for the he's trying to be the bigger showman. Another Hugh Jackman movie.
Oh,
I think he also said a line that was essentially, I will never like you like I did the other stagehand who drowned originally. That I think that was the knife in the back.
This is his diary, Olivia. All of his secrets are right here in my hands.
It won't bring your wife back.
I don't care about my wife. I care about his secret.
The other thing she died within his first wife when she dropped in the tank. They're timing it. Michael Caine.
She died real fast.
She died real fast.
But that's not more.
And no one tried. I guess nobody knows mouth to mouth.
CPR didn't exist yet.
That was my point.
Push your legs forward. Get the water out. Lever it.
How many cartoons did you see do that?
Float.
A witch.
A witch.
What? It's like wood.
A duck floats.
I mean, she was acting like a witch. I don't know why she didn't float to the top.
Must have had wooden ropes.
But yeah, so 1899, no CPR. And
who did the music for this?
Who did the what?
Music. Score.
Oh.
Bale.
David Julian? I don't know who that is, but I'm not familiar with his work.
Overly atmospheric. None of the scenes, I couldn't tell you a dang moment that I was and the music swelled and I felt something. I felt it was really downplayed in this. It's not an impressive score to me.
I don't think it's supposed. I think that would take away from what Nolan is trying to do here and what he's trying to present. So I think that.
But he's had some, like, I mean, doesn't Inception have like a whole bunch of sound design to it?
I mean, it also had a
Well, Inception's more of an action film.
Gimmick.
True.
It had a visual gimmick, and they wanted to cue in like a sound to that gimmick of like going into the Inception. Obviously Batman has a score and a soundtrack that's very familiar, but I think this is like serving up an 1899 bowl of porridge. You have to have the right lack of spice in it, and it just fits the meal. It accompanies it in there, and I think that's kind of like why
makes you nice and regular.
My scores in the end of like Spirit, Rewatch, and Overall are all slightly high, but they're not the top. They're no 10. Jesus, Nick.
I know.
And like the result of that is because I feel like I was invested in watching the movie. And I didn't pause. I was like, this is dumb. I got to go write this down. I was like, I can't believe he said this. Like there were parts of it that were just, it was like, it's annoying. But I was very much invested in the movie, and it wasn't because one thing was going bigger than the other. It kind of, it helped me as an audience member. So I like the score. As nondescript as it was.
I won't say, I guess it was just
yourself
nondescript.
Yeah. So my 10s were production value because it looked 1899 acting.
What the hell am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
No. But hold on. But my rewatchability is 8. I was unsure where to land with it. I obviously can't give it a 10 because it's been 20 years since I watched it. So I can't honestly just be like 10 across the board because. Yes, I will pick it up again. The question is when. The question is when am I ever going to pick this up again? And that's where I could have come down.
Can we pinpoint when the MCU really kicked off hard? Like are we getting close to the point in cinema where we stop caring about magicians unless they were from another dimension in a comic book?
It would have to be Iron Man, right? Because isn't Iron Man?
Yeah,
Iron Man was 2008.
Yeah, it would.
Okay,
Iron Man's probably.
I kind of feel like you just got inundated with a whole lot of different kind of stuff from this movie, and it had nothing to do with it being bad.
I'm just going to keep pointing wildly until someone sees me that I'm pointing wildly.
Nick, do you have something to say?
I think he might.
Yeah.
I've got some logical counterpoints.
So
there's two of them.
So part of the reason it got a 6 for me is because this was around that time when I ramped up falling into cinema and I was consuming so much. So movie come in, I watch it, out, next, and I was just rapid firing them, and not because I wasn't enjoying them. It was just there's such a backlog. Like, I don't know if you can see over there. I got lots of movies. There's a whole wall that you don't see over here. There's bins over there with movies that I haven't even watched in them. Like, I was just consuming movies and media, and now I see why I didn't end up rewatching this movie, because I didn't have time, because I got all that stuff to watch. So
Warrior needs media
badly.
I had lots of media.
Consume.
That's where I think just straight 8s across the board, which is essentially what mine comes down to, was about as high as I could rank it, because it's a good movie, but I think it lacks an X factor. I think that's kind of that's what I need to bump it over to almost that 90% metric, or even over an 85% metric, is because it's a very, very serviceable movie. It's a compelling movie. It's a good watch. Probably watch it once or twice in your lifetime. That's probably it, though. That might be the most you get out of it. Because even if you talk about the Batman trilogy, I know it's more action-based, but it is more... I mean, The Dark Knight Rises just has a bunch to it if you're just looking at his discography. It sounds like Memento is just worth your time more so. And when
I don't think I've ever seen a movie like Memento since Memento. starts at the end and goes to the beginning. I mean, it's basically the OG Benjamin Button if you want to get down to it. But like the way that he did that movie was very compelling, and I was like, I don't think I connected the movie with Christopher Nolan because it was like the first one.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until we got into The Prestige and Batman that I started hearing his name more, because he had other movies that he's done, and he's like, he likes doing kooky stuff. We don't remember the music, but the movie's great. And they're like, all right, cool, greenlight Batman.
Right.
Well, that's.
Well, yeah, you're saying that they were done at the same time, and this guy.
Yeah, because that's when I was. Because I was looking into budgetary stuff and trying to figure that out.
And I'd have to say that he had to have been writing some level of success, post Memento into both of those films to get greenlit by Warner Brothers to go do a Batman movie while you're already in it. I don't know. Did Warner Brothers do this movie too?
No,
it was
okay. Touchstone, so it was Disney.
Okay.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting turn of events, but it definitely kicked it up, and it brought us a totally different angle of Batman, and probably, obviously the best performance Heath Ledger ever gave ultimately in the second film.
It was actually caught a quick short of Christian Bale talking about the amazing performance that Heath Ledger gave in that. I know this is not the right thing for this, but it was like, oh man, like he was reflecting on his own acting, like, damn, I got to go up against that, or I got to be, I have to do something here to like meet or match that.
I mean, he's already a very committed actor into his method, Christian Bale. I mean, I know I'm gonna go over Steven's head here, but seeing him in The Mechanic, to being, a 90-pound rail of a man, to, beefing up and putting on muscle mass and doing Batman, but also doing The Prestige here. Like, he's very convincing, and he's good. I love watching Christian Bale in movies. I think the last one I saw him was the Ferrari one. Oh no, yeah, the Ford versus Ferrari.
Shelby. Or
I think
whatever.
he was also in that movie called, I want to say The Hustle or The Hustler or something, and he put on a ton of weight. I think he was very heavy in that film. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and then he had to slim back down for Batman.
Yeah. It's encouraging to see someone like that. That's like, I'm not done yet. I still got things and things to live up to, and better performances. So.
And that's, I think, the point that I'm trying to make with like my middling score is that there's just so much more out there to like constantly revisit this or rank this much higher, because I mean, we were just listing off a whole bunch of things that I haven't seen that might come in higher.
Like I think there's things that could have been done to make this movie a 10. I think it had a lot of the ingredients for it, but it felt long to me.
It did. Yes.
They could not wrap it up, and it's probably because it's so interwound at that point. Yeah, that it's like,
and I guess I mean that in a bad way, but it's
there's a lot going on. We've been forwards and backwards. We have assistants, we don't have assistants. He's in jail, he's not in jail. You're trying to put that all together, and it's like, all right, well, we're gonna take like a half hour here to break this down so people don't lose their minds. Who are still here
fun
in the
fact,
theater.
it was like 146 time jumps, which is about like a time jump a minute.
Jeez.
Good Lord. Okay.
That's a lot.
That is, and he doesn't give you any, it's so much of the setup, and I really wanted to see Hugh Jackman's character kind of like lose his marbles. Like, I don't think he played up like his seeking of I want to be, he gets to do it later in a different movie, which I have seen, to become the Greatest Showman, but we don't get that just like paranoia of like, because it was like just like barely tackled, where he's like jealous that like he's got the wife, he's got the kid, he's got his great act, he's got his X factor of a trick. I don't have that. I need that. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to like. I didn't get enough of just like I'm going to be the best. He's the problem. You kind of saw that when you had grizzled Jackman's like disguise. I don't think that should have been a disguise. I think we should have watched him fall into that deranged state, blast that guy in the fingers, and then like kind of like recover from that and become this madman that's just murdering like at least a dozen people.
Yeah,
himself.
Well, it's just showing that their ambition is their own downfall. Like they're willing to ruin everything in their life, give everything up for.
I think they were just
the man on top.
I think they were too scared to make Jackman.
That was
look
a tip
worse.
of the hat to the substance.
Yeah.
No.
So, again, that 20-year setup for the movie.
Yeah.
They're so committed.
It's on the same timeline, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the period.
Period piece.
Piece. The best. Steven, do we have any question times with Steven or Dad at the movies this time around?
What was this like? I take it nobody saw this in theater?
I cannot remember if I did. It would have been the time that I was going to the theater a lot, but so maybe I did see it in the theater and then bought the Blu-ray.
I just feel, was it a box office performer at all? Do we know?
I think it did well when it came out.
Okay.
So like domestic opening, it gave like about 14.8 million. Then domestically, it was like 53.
There is no one in it that drew it. I mean, like we can look back 20 years and be like, what do you mean there's no one in it? But I mean, no one knew who Hugh Jackman was. That no one was claiming for Christian Bale as much. I mean,
was he already Wolverine at the time?
I don't know if he was or not. Was he? He looked a lot younger to me personally in watching this movie.
I mean, people knew who Hugh Jackman was because of X-Men.
Yes, he was already in X-Men as Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
He was already...
Yeah, he was already big.
That came out early 2000s. Yeah.
Swordfish.
But this was...
Oh, right.
Swordfish. Yes, Stephen, it was a box office performer in a sense that it was a 40 million budget, and total it made 109 million. So it did well.
Oh, yeah, he was also in Van Helsing before this.
Van Helsing, I love that movie.
This was a discussion.
Guess what? Cam does it.
Off camera.
It's a great vampire flick.
Why couldn't he just leave the stake in his heart? Why'd you have to pull it out?
Just for funsies, you know.
I got it.
I missed that conversation.
Oh, yeah. Different time. Maybe Halloween, you know. I don't know.
Okay, so what was the budget of this?
So much.
It's pretty bad. That was my sentiment.
Sorry.
All right, Katherine. So what was the budget and to the what it made? What was the differential? I missed that.
Budget was 40 million and it made worldwide 109.
Oh, okay. So this was definitely a success.
It was a success, and because I was breaking it down, trying to figure out Nolan was relatively new. He wasn't like a household name yet.
Yeah.
When this came out. So this technically was his 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically it was his 5th film, but like I said, Batman Begins came out in 2005, but this one was already in production and had to be put on hold for Batman.
Okay.
So like they were both like so.
So in like Christian Bale, Michael Caine's just always a draw because he's been around forever. But like Christian Bale was, before he made this, The New World, which I'm sure not a lot of people saw, as well as Rescue Dawn came out this same year.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. I want to put Equilibrium on the list. That is a early 2000s fever dream of gun kata, if you will.
Yeah, I think a lot of gun kata.
Yeah. And then The Machinist, Howl's Moving Castle, which he did the English dub for.
Yeah.
Harsh Times, Batman, and then those other couple movies, then The Prestige. So he was coming with
Don't forget Little Women. He was in Little Women.
Shit, how could we forget Little Women?
Oh yeah, he was 1994.
Wasn't he in like Empire of the Sun or something? Like
Oh right,
really young?
he's Empire of the Sun. Yes, he's the little
Yeah.
kid, which is another fantastically long
Like
movie.
80
but-
something. I felt like that was a 3-hour movie.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is. It is long. It is long as hell. Another a Steven Spielberg movie.
I know who that
The guy
is.
who directed Jurassic Park, Steven.
Oh yeah.
Jaws. Remember the Jaws guy?
Yeah.
Shares a name with you.
He did Jaws.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Just a little household name. Yeah.
So, Dad at the Movies. No, that was.
Oh, it was super easy. I was able to pop in the Blu-ray and watch the film, like as
And
you're
that.
supposed to
the,
do.
the
Right.
case
And
somewhere.
you just
Somewhere.
the case.
I
Yeah.
kind of think I did on
Yeah.
accident.
So,
We're at about the time where you can start looking for the case.
Dad at the Movies has to go find the actual case for the movie.
I knew it.
Oh no.
We'll wait.
You baited him, Cam.
Where would I have put it?
I can't do this without the.
I can't imagine where it would be in that room.
All of that. Yeah.
It's just
All of
stacked.
that.
It looks like a comic book store that became someone's storage shed. I gotta blow this up. No, I don't need to blow it up. I don't need to see a picture.
Future Nick, zoom in.
What are these things down there? It just reminds me of the comic book categorization.
Man, that thing is gone. Where would I have put it?
In the couch.
Yeah, I was gonna go cushions. Cushions are good.
You were looking at it, you fell asleep with it in your hand, and you.
All
I
right.
can't find it.
All right. Well, I know what
anyway.
Steven's doing after we finish recording.
Yeah.
But now I'm really
You're gonna send it in the Discord when you find it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Put an Apple tag on it.
That's
Tile.
really important. You don't want to lose it.
Right.
Not again.
Well, I did set the
agreed.
disc down too. I found that. That's in reach. Okay.
Don't put it.
Back on
and
track.
he puts it the side down. What is wrong
I
with
did it.
you?
It was an accident.
At least Blu-rays are a little more durable. So
Woosah.
Oh yeah, no, just right on the graphic. That's cool. That'll do it. That'll clean it up real nice. You get that abrasion going.
Yeah,
Get
you
all
got to
the dust
file it
off.
down a little bit.
All right. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to bring up in this? Or
No,
should
I'm
we
about to
round-
disappear.
Steven, want to round us out with some plugs?
I
We
think
do-
we're good. Yeah.
Plug me, daddy.
Plug me harder.
Ooh.
All right, we have a lot
Faster.
of great things going on. Katherine, what are you doing on your channel at Spectacle Views?
We have some Disney Cruise content coming up. We cruised on the Wish, so
Wish.
we got a few
Ooh.
videos coming up. Yeah.
Beauty.
The quintessential millennial journey going on a Disney
Indeed.
cruise. I've never got cruise liners. That's not something I would ever do. So kudos to you for doing that. I wouldn't do that. But you
was
could
fun.
do that. You can learn more about it on her channel at Spectacle Views.
Yeah, you can watch us do it.
So you don't have to chase your children around.
And Nick, Fire Hazard 508 Creations, a YouTube channel where you're making playthings into display things. Are you committing to doing a 1-hour transformation of a Transformer again?
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, I just got 2 giant Transformers that I'm going to have to transform. And I'm not talking like, oh, these are the these are, the boxes are this big and it's ridiculous. So yes, I will unfortunately probably be doing more hour-long transformations, as well as I got a He-Man project coming up. If you haven't, whenever you're listening,
He's got the power.
Exactly.
Oh, that's why you go check out his channel at Fire Hazard 508 Creations. Cam, the degenerate that you are, and never touching grass. There's some Call of Duty going on over there, right?
Yeah, there might be some Call of Duty. We've been throwing around some ideas, so we'll see if we can kick it back up. But yeah, content's been at an all-time low lately.
But because he's just putting so much in at the Jan Moore's channel over here. If you haven't liked and subscribed, and you got this far, that means you got to do it now.
Or he's touching grass.
Or he could be touching grass instead of touching the controller.
Absolutely
which is
no
crazy
grass.
work. Never.
None.
Never.
I won't be touching it ever.
He can't. He has a concrete backyard. It's incredible. It's just all rocks.
All rocks and cacti.
That sounds like the dream.
Succulents.
Succulents.
Yeah.
And you could also check out me over at Funky Games, where I'm going through the Pose series, playing through all the quintessential video games, because not only am I interested in the quintessential movies, but I haven't played any video games either. So I guess I just wasn't doing anything for my entire life. So now I guess I'll start
What did you do?
Touch grass, I guess. My greatest mistake.
I had to bring him over into the Poser series here.
All right, yeah.
All right, well, I guess that rounds out our Steven. You don't have your hat anymore. I was gonna have you do a send us out with a little
magic.
Yeah, show us a magic trick, Steven.
Just look at it. Let's look into the. Oh no!
It's a normal hat. Perfectly.
All right. Well, make sure you
ordinary.
subscribe. Find us on all of your preferred podcast platforms. Watch us here so you can see our faces, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.